I just want to see my team playing good cohesive football and winning football matches.
That's not happening though. That's not happening.
No, but when I say that, if we need to rely on individuals, Musa, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Buy
we're
the individuals
right now. Yeah, right now it's individuals. I'm looking at how does next season play out, and I just feel like I
think we nick a lot of games, you know, Musa. I think there's a lot of games where we're sitting back and we scumbag it just to
Bro, I'm happy with that, man. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Let's do that.
But that's not sustainable. We've been there, done that before.
No, but like, remember, like Ten Hag's first season.
Musa.
I think it could be similar to Ten Hag's first season where we're just sitting tight.
Yeah, that would be good.
Do you know what I mean? And then just nicking games.
But the difference is with this one here, if that happens and we nick games and we finish top 6, top 5, for example, he still needs to get sacked. Don't believe that you can build off that. I don't want to hear that, wow, we done well. You know, he's finished top 6. And it's just been best.
Just to get into the Champions League football or some sort of European football, man. I ain't gonna lie to you by any means necessary. I know. Listen, I've complained.
But if you say that, Saeed, you still got to be down to sack him, even if we do.
Yes, of course.
Because what I don't want, is man.
I don't want him run now,
man, to stink the gaff out, scumbag a little Europa League place or something, and then man say, oh yeah, we got European football.
Bro, there's gonna be a section of this fan base.
It's about how we get it.
There's going to be a big section of this fan base that say if Amorim gets us from 15th to European football, he should get to keep his job, and they don't care how he does it
to 15th in the first place.
But the craziest thing is though, the board has shown that they're keeping a manager in now that's finished 15th. That's the scariest thing about it, anyway. So it's like if a board is willing to keep a manager finishing 15th, now. Then sack a manager who's got them into Champions League football, and they see that money of revenue, whatever European football, they're gonna keep him, which is crazy. But that's the reality.
You see Jimmy Ratcliffe, Jimmy's itching to shoot. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's one of them man there. He's got advisors around him. He's the Donald Trump of football club owning. Like he's the Donald Trump. He says things that you shouldn't really be saying. He's one of them. He's one of them man there that will be like, if we're not playing Man City type of football, I don't want that manager. But the advisors around him are going to be saying, listen, he's done well, he's done this. But as far as Jimmy Ratcliffe, he's one of them guys. He wants success now, because I sent that thing in a group where Land Rover discontinued that car, and my man told them he wanted to buy the whole thing, and then they said, no, we're not selling it. So he made his own one. He ain't got time to wait, He made his own version of the Destroyer or something. Yeah. And he's selling it and he's doing well. So he's one of those guys. I remember before he bought us, he said the best type of football in the league is Man City. That's the way you should play the game. And I think he wants that. And he wants to cheat himself to that. But I just don't see Amorim being able to really... if Amorim plays good football, and Amorim can prove us wrong, I'm all for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah, I'm all for it. If Amorim can prove us wrong and he's cooking and and the team's playing in a way that we couldn't foresee, then I'm saying I'll support him, give him a round of applause, all of that stuff. But based on what I saw last season and the profile of midfielders that he got in the middle of the park, I think it's going to be a long day for him, because Amorim's system needs athletic players already in an over-athletic league. It's a long day, bro.
You know what?
But he's aware.
Yeah, go on. Sorry,
I was saying he's aware that he needs to upgrade on ability. Anyways, he knows that. I don't know if you guys remember when he first came in. I think one of the first couple of interviews, he said, "These boys need to learn how to take the ball under pressure. They need to learn how to control the ball under pressure. They need to know how to have a mind of their own, etc., etc." So he's aware that he does need ballers, but does he go and get them? And when he does go and get them, what strategies does he implement in order to better the football? Last season, you saw, obviously, he couldn't implement any strategies to get a tune out of this team, which was obviously a bit scary. If he goes and gets ballers, like what even is his type of like football? What's his style of football? What's his style of play? Like what does he want? Does that make sense? So I don't know what he wants. So he might set up himself to fail because he's clearly aware that he needs ballers. He could get ballers in, and based off what he's done with, you know, the squad last year, not implementing any strategies, is there going to be better football, or are we just going to have better football players in the squad?
This comment here, Kali says, have we not improved football-wise? We might finish 15th, but let's not lie. I mean, I don't get it, bro. Like, results don't lie. Performances don't lie. Like, you know, like we've been outplayed by most teams, bro. Like, it's only the Aston Villa game where it was against 10 men where United started to like do a little few things. But let's be honest, bro, the game was done when that red card went. Like, I've been not inspired by United football, bro. So I don't get this copium,
worst
bro.
football I've ever seen, bro. Khalid, with all due respect, love for the comments and that, but I don't know who your dealer is, bro. Change him, my guy, because that is absolutely insane. No. That is probably the worst bit of football I've had to sit through. Amorim's football, the last 6 months.
Yeah,
Squad's on the
I agree. But like I said to you, man, for me, you know, when you talked about there, Musa, about it's not sustainable. Finishing 15th is not what you want to see at United, bro. So by any means necessary, you go and get that European football. You owe a lot to the fan base.
No, my thing is get him European football, but then sack him. If it's not sustainable football, he has to get sacked. I'm not here for a third season of Amorim trying to figure it out. I'm not here for it.
Yeah. But like I said, right in this next season, you know what I mean, with the players that we're meant to go and get, like with one game a week, it should be a football that we know of what Amorim should be doing. You feel me? Like that's what it should be. With one game a week, with a lot of training ground, you know what I mean, time, not much kind of traveling as well. So you're not having players that are just flying out for no reason and whatever, and we're getting a lot of injury. There shouldn't be a lot of injuries. You should know what the team is. There should be a clear identity of what you're looking for, and that starts from pre-season. This should be a season where, you know, the players that he's identified, they come in, they do the job, and we actually progress as a football team. And
one of our biggest competitors for the top 4 or top 5, whatever, is Chelsea. And them man are playing football now. Them man are getting used to their new players in now, their striker, all of this, that. Them man are in, like, they're playing now. We still got to wait for our dons to come in and then go through. And that's going to be the new thing. Amorim's going to start telling us, them that were in the Club World Cup, they know, you know what I mean? They got their game together. We had to wait. The excuses are all coming. But there's man them out there playing football today, building their assault on the season now. So I don't know, man. I just feel like, I don't know what's going to happen to us next season. I'm not going to lie, man, then, because, you know, one of the things is why I said that. When we look at Mbeumo and we look at Cunha, what's a bad season for them at Old Trafford next season? What does a bad season for them look like, goals-wise and assist-wise? What does that look like? What are the numbers they put up this season that if they were to put up numbers next season, we would say, okay, that was a bad season, but it's their first season, because they're allowed to have a slow start. As much as we're saying, because remember I said, we're going to run out of excuses.
Yeah.
We've gone from everything to now Prem Proven. If Prem Proven don't do it, what's our next thing? Prem Proven manager. That's what we're going to jump on. But the reality is there's no excuses. If you're a proper football coach, you know what you're doing, you make it happen. There shouldn't be none of these excuses. We're just, obviously, we've exhausted all routes. So now we've landed on Prem Proven. That's our new thing. But Mbeumo's allowed to come in and score, for me, in his first season at Man United, 9 goals in the league and 5 assists or 7 assists. He should be allowed to do that. Why shouldn't he be allowed to? Because it's not all on him. It's an 11-a-side game. I've come in, I've scored 9 goals in the league, I've put 5 assists forward. What are you, man, doing?
Yeah. I don't think it should be based on stats, though. I think that question that you ask in terms of how do they improve the team, I don't think it should be based on. It shouldn't be based on stats. It's whether they improve the team or they don't. It's as simple as that. If they have a good season next season, do they improve the team or do they not? I don't want to base it on any stats, because, say, for example, if Cunha goes and scores 7 goals and 5 assists, bro, honestly, man, that could be subjective. It's based on opinions, innit? If he's had a good season and he's improved everyone around him and the squad's performances, then you're like, all right, cool, yeah, 7 goals, 5 assists, it looks decent. Can he build on that for the ongoing season, the following season? But obviously, if he has a poor season, it's stinkers, and he gets 7 goals, 5 assists, and 4 of them goals came from the last 3-4 games of the season, then you don't want to hear it. You know, it's been a poor season from him. It's a simple.
But equally, some people can get high stats and then
we're going for
exactly.
we're looking at